We've got a line of strong storms moving through. The most imminent threat at this time is going to be the strong, damaging wind gusts. We've got a pretty decent storm here. Lots of heavy rain and lightning being the main threats here. It's a gusty one, not quite severe, but still something that we're watching. Because we still anticipate several inches of snow to fall. You can see the snowbank behind me, pretty much almost as tall as I am. So we've got the plows going, we've got the shovels going. To say that it's been cold over the past day or so is an understatement. And just for perspective, this is where we started things off this morning with a temperature of -8 degrees in Rochester. Not only is that the coldest I think that we've been this year, but it tied the daily record low for the day. And the good news is the worst of the winds is now over, and you can see current wind gusts behind me. After seeing 60 to 70 mile per hour gusts, we have drastically dropped.
It's not just the weather our own meteorologist Gregory is tracking for us. You've also got your eye on the big guy.
Yes, he's been making his rounds all night tonight. We've got the latest check with our Santa Tracker 8.1. Right now, he is currently in Quebec, Canada, so he is zoning in on us here in the United States, and this guy is cruising. He's going at about 5.5 million miles per hour, way up in the sky. First, we've got a total lunar eclipse, and I think we've got a shot up that we can show you right now. The peak of the total lunar eclipse is happening right now, so you can just kind of barely see it there. The moon is almost covered up by the Earth's shadow, starting to turn a little bit of that reddish color. Right now, this is as good as it's going to get. The solar eclipse, the partial solar eclipse, is peaking at right about now or within the next minute or so. We've got tons of people now out here getting a look at this. We've got our cameras out with the special lenses. We've got our glasses. We've got tons of groups looking out here. Those winds are funneling right into places like right here locally, and which is why we're seeing issues like power outages and why the wind chills are becoming so dangerous even as we head into tomorrow. Technically, Arcade, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning, so now is the time to head inside. And right now I'm in Clifton Springs on West Main Street. Looking east, you can see a tree down, everything from small limbs to twigs, and this tree looks like it was definitely just kind of downed here in this person's yard. Luckily, it looks like nobody was hurt as a result. If you're not seeing the storms now, you are seeing the heat, as we've got temperatures in the upper 80s for Rochester, and it feels like the low 90s. So again, heat and humidity, this is the peak, but once we get these storms and the cold front to move through later tonight, that will bring that to an end. We're now out with the cold, and we're going to see this consistent mild pattern with temperatures aloft, not only through Tuesday, but even through Wednesday and Thursday of next week as well. Classic lake effect nature. You get some places still seeing the snow, and other places the sun tries to come out. It was just about an hour ago that camera over Rochester was showing a very different story, but these storms are going to have a lot of rain and a lot of lightning. You can count the number of strikes here, almost 200 with that one cell just to our south. And where the red and the green colors are meeting, that's where that initial line of strong wind gusts are likely going to be found. Heavy rain and lightning also occurring with the storm. So again, most of you probably already inside, but go ahead and stay there, get away from the windows. It's not going to be a complete washout of a day, which is going to be good if you have any outdoor plans for your Halloween. So trick-or-treaters, I do think it's not going to hurt to keep the rain gear handy or the umbrella, especially if your costume is maybe a little bit more sensitive to some rain.
Here's meteorologist Gregory.
Well, sometimes when space does cool things, we track more than just the weather around here. We've got a total lunar eclipse currently ongoing here over our western New York skies, and at this time right now, we should be seeing it really 20 minutes to about its peak. So it should be looking a little bit like this as the moon passes through the shadow of the Earth. So you should see at least half of it being covered up by the shadow. And eventually, by the time we get to about 11:30, so at the end of the newscast, you should see most of the moon, if not all of it, covered, and maybe even turning a dark, shadowy, red, coppery type of a color. So that will be the totality of the eclipse. It will be going on for another maybe hour or so before it slowly slips out of the shadow, something that we don't really see all too often around here because it can be often blocked by cloud cover. That's something that we are currently battling at the moment. Most of it, though, just looks like very thin, wispy cirrus clouds, but far western New York, you're kind of seeing that cloud cover already. We will slowly start to see this cloud cover on the rise throughout the night as we do track our next active system of weather into our work week. You can see we've got rain, some storms starting to fire over places like Detroit, over in Canada. We've got this low pressure system that will slowly slide into our region and I think give us a decent chance for a few even gusty, stronger storms with maybe even capable of some damaging wind gusts at times throughout the middle of the day tomorrow. So again, the threat really lies for everybody. The best chance though for any strong to severe storms I think is going to be right along Rochester in areas east towards the Finger Lakes. So again, gusty winds, we've got maybe small hail, and things like lightning are going to be those main threats along with the heavy rain too. So I think a lot of us will be finally getting in on some decent rainfall around here, something we haven't seen in a while. So off to school or work here tomorrow. You can see I think most of the morning should be good to go, but I would pack the rain gear as we do track some of those daytime showers and storms. So between about 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow should be okay, but once that system moves through, we're thinking about 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. I think we've got that best chance for those heavy downpours and storms. After we get through the dinner time hour, we should get this system out of here and we'll notice a big change here in the feel. We'll be going from temperatures in the 70s and 60s to temperatures in the 40s by the time we get to Tuesday morning. Then we've got a much cooler feel and a bit of a drier pattern that we see at least throughout the middle of the week. So again, tomorrow we will be tracking just one more day of a little bit of some warmth, those storms, and then the pattern turns a lot more seasonable with temperatures back in the 60s by about Wednesday and Thursday of next week. We'll be right back here after the break.